Hello and welcome once again to Mac and Mac's College Football Program right here on the Grueling Truth Network. I'm Sean McCormick, talking NCAA football this week. I'm a lonesome once again. Week 9. What can we say about Week 9? Well, you know, as of right now, there was actually a great game on last night dealing with two ACC teams. It was the Pitt Panthers at home against Virginia Tech. There for a while it looked like Pitt was going to maintain its lead and continue, but unfortunately their the Panthers' three-game losing streak comes to an end. Virginia Tech beating them 39-36. The Hokies extend their record to 6-2. More important in the section of the ACC, the Hokies are taking the top spot and looking good there right now. Panthers at 5-3 are starting to fade just a little bit. The Pitt Panthers, which is quite surprising with Pat Narduzzi as the defensive guru that he seems to be or had been at Michigan State. He's having problems on defense as the Panthers. Virginia Tech was able to rack up over 400 yards in passing yards alone and over 530 yards total. So quite an offensive performance for Virginia. Could have been really bad. I mean, the Pitt Panthers held them quite a bit to field goals. As Narduzzi even said, it could have been into the 80s if not for the defense holding them that much. So, we're going to look here on the Grueling Truth Network, Mac and Mac's College Football Program. Some great games going on this weekend. Probably there's a few big ones, and a couple of them come out of the Big Ten. You have number 7 Nebraska at number 11 Wisconsin, and second-ranked Michigan is playing Michigan State. You got to wonder whether Mark D'Antonio's guys can right the ship a little bit and pull the upset against Michigan. We're also going to be discussing Clemson, the third-ranked Tigers, at Florida State, number 4 Washington at number 17 Utah for some Pac-12 flavor. And then in the Big 12, we have number 10 West Virginia. Surprising. The Mountaineers are playing really good football. They're going to be taking on Oklahoma State on the road. Once again, my name is Sean McCormick, and you are listening to the Mac and Mac's College Football Program right here on the Grueling Truth Network. Let's start off here looking at number 10 West Virginia at Oklahoma State. What can I say about they're aiming to stay West Virginia, the Mountaineers, aiming to keep that perfect record going on. They're 6-0, 3-0 in the Big 12. Very big wins and really showing strength defensively, especially against Texas Tech and TCU. They're getting ready and maybe getting into that college football playoff position. Who knows? Number 10 WVU began the season unranked, but they're playing really good, which has got to be a great compliment to Daniel Holgorsen, the coach for West Virginia. Now, Oklahoma State looks like it could be a tough game. It's a big test. The Cowboys do have a potent offense, putting up over 41 points in a game. That's 14th best, ranked 14th across the country among D1 schools, FBS programs. They are coming off a 44-20 win over Kansas, but there could be a few problems. The fact that Kansas was able to contain leading receiver James Washington to just 9 yards on one catch, you don't think that Holgorsen and the West Virginia Mountaineers aren't looking at that? Yeah, they're looking at that. You can believe it. Looks like the Mountaineers, though, when you look back, Russell Shell, the running back, has recorded 2 consecutive 100-yard games, looking for a third in a row. They've only committed 8 turnovers, has the Mountaineers in the past 6 games. So that could be a breaking point right there. They're not used to turning over the ball, whereas the Cowboys defense forced 3 turnovers against the Jayhawks last week. I still got to look at this and say that the nod goes to West Virginia to remain unbeaten and go to 7-0. Okay, now let's move over to the Pac-12. Pac-12 has number 17 Utah hosting the surprising Washington Huskies. You gotta wonder how that's going to be turning out, and we're going to be talking about that as you are listening to Mac and Mac's college football program right here on the Grueling Truth Network. The 4th-ranked Huskies going to Utah. The Utes at 7-1. Huskies 7-0. This looks to be a promising game. A real tough test for Utah. A real, it's to see whether the 4th-ranked Huskies are going to be able to maintain an unbeaten season. It'll be interesting. There's all kinds of things going on for Utah and Washington, the Pac-12. Both of them kind of a little surprised at how well they've been doing. Now, one of the points you got to look at, the Washington Huskies outscoring opponents 200 to just 24, giving up only 24 points in the first half this season. So, Chris Peterson, he's got his Washington crew. They're going out there and just putting it up early, putting it up often, and that puts the opposing team in a great stressful situation. So we're going to see what's going to happen and how that's going to work with starting quarterback Utah's Troy Williams. He actually transferred after the 2014 season from the Huskies. So that's going to be an interesting little sidebar to that whole game. I can't see Washington losing, though. I mean, I just see the toughness of the Huskies on both sides of the ball taking over in this one. I really can't see, and there's a reason that the Huskies are number 4 in the nation, and they're priming themselves for something better. At least that's my opinion. You are listening to Mac and Mac, the college football program, and thank you for coming into our podcast on the Grueling Truth Network. Okay, next up, let's go to the ACC. Looking at number 3 Clemson against Florida State. Very good game. Very good game coming up. The 5-2 Seminoles squaring off against number 3 Clemson. Clemson, of course, quarterback Deshaun Watson, playing at Florida State again, and he played very well the last time he did that. They're looking to continue their success. The 3rd-ranked Tigers, 4-0 in that ACC and 7-0 overall. They do have a bit of a cushion in the Atlantic Division race, as the Seminoles have recorded 2 losses, and both of those losses have come within the conference. So 7-0 is something great for the Clemson Tigers, and looking for, I should say, going to 8-0, maybe a little bit tougher against Jimbo Fisher's crew at FSU. I normally would say that Clemson's going to do it, but for some reason I just think that Florida State has got something going here. Look for an upset, Florida State over Clemson. Moving to the Big Ten, as you are listening to Mac and Mac's college football program, I'm Sean McCormick. Ryne McCormick couldn't be with us today. Miss him a little bit. We can get back at this, looking at the Big Ten. We have The 11th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers, surprising Badgers, if you will. Some pretty good wins throughout the year. Also narrowly missing the upset of then number 2 Ohio State. They're going to be home against 7th-ranked Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, 7-0. Whether that's a surprise or not depends on which person you talk to. The Wisconsin Badgers, though, always playing tough at home. This is the 5th time in 8 games that Wisconsin will be facing a team that is ranked in the top 10. So talk about the tough schedule of the Big Ten. I think you have to give it to the Wisconsin Badgers. You know, that opening season win over then number 5 LSU by a 16-14 score, you kind of said, whoa. And then all of a sudden they knocked down number 8, at that time, Michigan State, 36 on the road, coming close, as I said, to beating then number 2 ranked Ohio State just a couple of weeks ago. I just see that they are ready. They're going to be tough to play, especially at home. I think you're looking. I know this is going to be a close one, but I see Wisconsin toughing it out, winning it in the end. And that's going to bring us up to our final contest here on the preview show for Mac and Mac's college football program. Michigan State, Michigan State is taking on 2nd-ranked Michigan. This is one of the premier games. I mean, it's an intrastate rivalry that is really there. The Spartans, 3-game losing streak. They're 2-5. Got to kind of throw that out the window. I think it's going to be a tough game, but I also think it's where the number 7 Wolverines take control. Jim Harbaugh's troops are going to really take it to them. I can't see anything like last year when the Spartans had the last-second victory, as you remember, or many of you may remember. It was really, really something that has probably been on the weight room walls, been plastered all over Michigan's campus as far as the football team is concerned, because I see that Harbaugh is going to have him ready. And I just don't think that Mark D'Antonio, they just don't have it this year. It's looking like Michigan State just can't muster it up against Michigan. I think the Wolverines are going to remain undefeated, and at least until they take on Ohio State in the next few weeks. And that's going to wrap it up here on Mac and Mac's college football program. I'm Sean McCormick. Thank you for joining in.